Hey guys, we're now going to be going to final boss of Dark Visions 13, which is Dark Leviathan. Like the previous boss, we're not going to be damage capping this. I already know that. Last month, the final boss was impossible to damage cap. This one, I'm assuming is. I didn't try it yet. We're gonna see, but it's probably is impossible to damage cap. But we're gonna do the best we can, and then next month we're gonna. Not next month. Next week we're gonna come back and try to improve the score with whatever the new stuff comes out next week is. So this is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go with Dark Knight Luneth for Aqua Killer. We're going to go with Zahn to spread that. Bartz and Ferris for the Wind combo. And then Edgar and Last Gen to DPS the boss. I don't have Neovision's Noctis, so my score won't be as good as the rest of the cool kids. Alright, so this is the team we're going to use. Last Gen is on Leviathan with Water Resist learned. The rest of the Esper stuff is not really relevant. Alright, so the boss does physical wind damage and magical water damage. And we're removing the Imperils, but it's technically 75% if you don't want to remove it. So Edgar has some wind. We're not buffing wind resist in the base form, or in the form that we're starting the fight in. And I should mention, Ferris is starting in the shift form. So Edgar is going to hang out in this form for a while, just for some LB fill, line emblem, etc. And then shift form, he's going to be having a little bit of water resist, and we're going to mirage the wind damage, which is physical. So double spear, jump damage, aqua killer. He's got 225 aqua, 775 spear. Dark Knight Luneth, base form, just some LB fill. We gave him Bushido Freedom, and he's not dual wielding, so he's going to dispel our Imperil and give us Aqua Killer with his Limit Burst. As you can see, his Limit Burst is a 200% Aqua Killer buff. Really, it's the highest in the game for physical. Shift form, LB damage. He's not going to do, honestly, that much personal damage, but we did gear him for it. We're only going to shift in the kill turns. We don't need resistances in the shift form. There's his setup. He's got 50 Aqua and 220 LB damage. Yeah, Aqua Killer is kind of a joke. It's hard to find. Ferris, base form, going to be doing the evocation stuff. There we go. There's her setup. She's not going to shift until the turn before the kill, so she's got water, and technically she does have enough wind resist, so there we go. And then she's got, there's the Esper stats. And then shift form, just some resistances, lion emblem, and she's going to be the breaker and all that as well. Zahn, passive provoke, full evasion. He's got 1,000 needles to help out with the Imperil removal. Some water resist, where we don't need wind because he's evading the wind damage. There we go. Warrior of Light Bartz is going to DPS in the base form on the kill turn. So there's his gear, some setup, some Aqua Killer. He's got some water and 100 wind, because we're not buffing wind on turn 1, so he does need 100% wind resist in the base form for my setup. 260 Aqua, and we're not doing the LB. Shift form just has some LB fill. We're going to use this shift form LB to imbue later in the fight. There we go. Last one, Reagan. Base form is dual wielding. That is important because he's going to be helping to build the chain on the base form. So make sure he's dual wielding. Other than that, LB fill, enough resistances, etc. There we go. Call of the Wild, the usual. Shift form, double spear for the Edgar Imperil. We're only shifting on the kill turns. We don't need resist. LB damage, Aqua Killer, and there we go. We've got maxed LB and 175 Aqua. Okay, let's give this a try. Hopefully I don't make a mistake. Alright guys, we're making one adjustment. I don't want to record the whole intro again. Okay, so the team you just saw, we made an adjustment. Zahn is now on Carbuncle with Reflect Learns, and he has Dual Cast equipped. We've also given Edgar Dual Cast, and we gave him Protect and Shell, the green magic spells, and we adjusted his gear so he is still 100% wind and 30 water. Alright, let's go. We need to make an adjustment. Yeah, when I pushed a threshold during setup, and that was a problem. It made the boss buff. It messed me up. Okay, so let's do this again. So Bartz on turn 1 is going to Limit. Luneth on turn 1 is going to Magnus. King Edgar is going to Rallying Cry along with Ferris on turn 1. Lastful Reagan is going to Water Resist on turn 1. And Zahn can just guard here. Okay. So that's handled. Alright. So this turn, we're going to use Zahn to dual cast Reflect. We're going to cast Reflect on Edgar and himself. So do that first. Now Edgar is going to dual cast Shell on himself and Protect on Zahn. That's going to bounce both of those back onto the boss. And they're going to wear off the turn before we kill. We're going to kill on turn 7. That's going to make him bulkier and hopefully not take all the damage that he took when we did this earlier. Okay, so let's see. Ferris is going to just Rallying Cry. Luneth is going to just guard. Let's see. Bartz needs to do triple job. We're going to do his Latent. We're going to do Level Up and then White Wind. And the last one, Reagan can just repeat. Alright. Yeah, Ferris, during the Imperil turn, pushed a threshold, and the boss buffed, and oof, it was irritating. It messed me up. It messed me up big time. So we're going to fix that. We fixed it. So Ferris is going to Pirates Ahoy to fill her LB gauge. Bartz is going to shift on this turn. We're going to level to 3. We're going to use his Magnus, and then just Soaring Blade. Doesn't really matter. Luneth can just guard this turn. King Edgar can Rallying Cry this turn. And now Zahn is going to dual cast AR frames with Lasso Reagan, who is dual wielding, and we're going to do AR with him. That's going to give us the chain count score. Now, I thought about this a minute ago, and I realized if you can't dual wield AR frames, we could have single casted it on Edgar, Luneth, Reagan, and Zahn, and that would have been fine. You know, 4 units, each doing it one time is pretty easy to chain, but dual wielding it works as well. So there's the Imperil. So for the Imperil, we're going to have Zahn do 1,000 Needles for Mirage. Then we're going to have a single-wielding Luneth do Bushido Freedom on our own team. Let's go ahead and target this and do this. Alright. Edgar on turn 4 is going to shift and do his limit. Yes. I'm trying to think what else we're going to do. Alright, we dispelled our teams. We need Water Resist again from Lastfall Reagan. Bartz is going to... Make sure you do all this after you dispel your team. Bartz is going to Magnus again for 100 Wind Resist. We're going to Job Mastery to max level, and then Blessed Wind Crystal to amplify the party. And then Ferris is going to use her LB to... her shifted LB to break the boss by 85%. And that'll still be up on turn 4. On turn 7 when we kill the boss. Alright. Now we're going to use Bart to shift LB to AoE imbue everyone. We're going to use the base form LB of Luneth to Aqua Killer. Lastfall Reagan is going to do Complete Awakening. Ferris is going to triple cast. We're going to Pirates Ahoy, Soldier's Roar, and Blessed Fire. That's going to refill her LB gauge. Edgar is going to jump, but not quite yet. We're going to figure a jump in a moment. We're going to use Zahn to, let's see here, Catch Me If You Can. I'm sorry, not that. Reflector. We're going to critical on Lastfall Reagan. We're going to critical on Luneth, and then projected mirror those buffs to the whole party. That gives us that nice Aqua Killer buff. The Aqua Killer buff from Luneth is a single turn buff, so you need to steal it on the turn you use his LB, which we just did. If you're following the fight exactly as I am, you'll be having, you know, no problems here. Alright, so turn 6. We're going to shift Bartz back to the base form to get ready for damage. We're going to dual Spellblade to unlock his Brave Blade for next turn. Lastfall Reagan on this turn can just guard. We're going to use Luneth to Spirit's Bane Blade to boost his LB damage and refill his LB. We're going to shift Ferris back to the base form, and we're going to Aero Cannon to do a 130 Wind and Peril. Now, this pushed a threshold when I did it last time, but this time we've got one more turn of buffs on the boss, so hopefully this won't push the threshold, because he's buffed up. Oh, this is so much better. Oh, so much better. Yes, that was the key. Reflect those buffs back. And then Zahn can just chill. I mean, we can just use LB, whatever. Oh, that did a little bit of damage, actually. But we're fine. Okay, so here's the Imperil again. Now it is time to kill. So, we're going to base form LB on Ferris. Zahn is going to triple AMOE, Dazed and Confused. Bart will triple Brave Blade. Lastfall Reagan will shift and LB. We're going to shift and LB on Luneth. And we're going to drop Edgar. So let's get to this and hope for the best. Alright. See what kind of damage we dealt. Whew, feels bad, man. 2.5 billion. Okay, let's see what kind of damage we deal, or what kind of score we got for that. Or what kind of rank, I mean. Oh, I'm second rank. Look at that. Rank number 2. Who's rank number 1? Well, there was my Leviathan for now. So, yes. I will probably be going back next week and trying to do better. See you guys next time.